Can I hop in here, guys? Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. My name is Todd Woodbridge. I'm here with the broadcast team this week. It's a pleasure to have you all here on this third Laver Cup. For some of you that haven't been here before, just a reminder of how the format works. It's a unique format that includes 3 singles and a doubles on each day. For the first day, each team can win 1 point with a victory. The second day, they win 2 points, and the final day, win 3. And of course, what we've seen over the last 2 Laver Cups, that's a bad one, over the Laver Cups is that format really keeps everything alive and has created a magical final day. So it is essential that we look at how the teams play out. One of the key things, especially from my perspective, is how good the doubles has been and how much that has turned things around. It's played the first match on the final day. I believe our teams are ready, so it is a great honour to welcome the 2-time Laver Cup champions, Team Europe, led by their captain, Bjorn Borg, in for the first player press conference of 2019.
Group picture, yeah, sure, let's go.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. While we're having the first group picture, just a few points to mention from my side. We're going to have a transfer audio file available on our media website shortly after this press conference. There is a splitter box, or actually 2 of them, on the podium if you would like to plug in your own device. Please switch your mobile phone into silent if you can. And if you would like to ask a question, please raise your hand. We've got 2 microphones floating around so everyone can hear your questions. We will, for this press conference, have the first part in English and then have a couple questions in French and probably another couple one in German. All right, your questions, please. Yeah, we need the microphone here. Thomas? Yeah. Second row. Over there.
Softer.
So this question is to Rafa and Roger. Concerning your longevity and career, money and fame are great, but how do you keep love of the game central?
Yeah, a good question. I'm not sure. I feel like it almost just is there or it's not. But of course, you want to make tennis fun. You want to have a good team around yourself that can, motivate you when you're feeling down. You want to practice with the right guys and spend your life with the ones you enjoy yourself with, And maybe for me, it's the balance between playing some but not overplaying, so I don't burn out. But I don't know. I always loved playing tennis, and it's always been there for me.
Well, hello. Well, for me, it's all about passion, no? About what we're doing, and at the same time, we know that's not forever. So we just try to enjoy every single moment that we are able to keep playing. For me, it's always the same. I had more or less the same team since all my life. Works for me and help me to be motivated when I need it. And they know me that well that they know when they can push, when they can they need to give me some more calm. And at the same time, I love playing tennis. And my real goal is just try to play as long as possible if the body holds.
Okay, next question.
Roger and Rafa, there's obviously, you've been asked a lot about the Grand Slam, the kind of race between you for Grand Slams, and I know you've answered that question, but I'm just wondering, like in this, while you've been together here the last few days, has the subject come up between you at all, or is it a bit of an elephant in the room?
That's all we've been talking about. No, I haven't spoken about it. I don't know. Maybe behind our backs they've been talking about it. I'm not sure. But no, I mean, this is not stuff you really talk about. I think I'm generally happy for Rafa for winning in New York and winning all the other ones that he has and all the Frenches he's won. I don't know. It's just a massive respect I have for Rafa, what he's done, Bjorn, what he's done at the Grand Slam level, Djokovic, Sampras, you name it. And these are things you can't really control other than when you face each other, you try to stop the other guy, but that's also not the point. The point is trying to win for yourself and your fans, your team and everything, and try to have your best career. But no, we have not been, don't feel like it's an elephant in the room. We have not been talking about it, but Rafa, maybe it's a completely different answer. I'm not sure.
Well, honestly, even if Roger is next to me now, I answered the same hundreds of times. No, I think we are doing our way. I am doing my way, by the way. I'm not going to bed every day night thinking about I need to win, a number in particular. No, I just try to enjoy the tennis. Tennis is not only Grand Slams, by the way. Of course, Grand Slams are so important, but I don't take that way. I just try to give me opportunities to compete well every single event, and at the same time, as many Grand Slams we're able to achieve. Roger, me, Novak, all this generation, I think makes our era of tennis a little bit more special. No? So at this point, of course, there is Roger, Novak, and myself that we achieved a lot, and that's a special thing for the last 15 years. So let's see what the things can keep going, but something that difficult to know. And honestly, today we are thinking about the Laver Cup more than nothing else.
Question in the back.
Question for Bjorn at the back.
Okay, he's hiding.
Nice orange tie guy.
There you go. Can't miss it. 2 years ago in Prague, we saw Roger and Rafa team up in doubles for the first time. What are your thoughts for doubles this weekend?
Well, so far, that's only doubles we won so far in the previous years. So,
What?
but it's a good possibility. We have a lot of players here. We have 6 players, 7 players. So we're talking about it. Who's going to play doubles? Doubles is very important every day. I mean, especially, to get those points, even in the doubles. So, but it's a good possibility they can play.
And we need to improve their record.
We have to prove our records in the doubles. So we have to win few doubles this weekend.
Got room for 2 more questions in English, please.
From a British perspective, we're quite excited about Andy Murray coming back to the tennis court this autumn, potentially in the new year to the Australian Open. So a question to Roger, to Rafa and Mr. Borg. Can you just talk about Andy and the desire and the determination that he's showing to come back, and what your hopes are if indeed you end up playing him at some stage before the end of your career?
Go ahead, Rafa.
Well, for me, it's after all the process that he went through, that he wants to, he's trying that hard to be back, shows that he really is very passionate about this sport, no, and shows a big love for tennis and for his job at the same time. No? So it's great news. Great news that he's healthy, especially for him, but of course for tennis, he's one of the most important players on our tour for the last 10, 12 years. So it will be great if he's able to feel himself healthy and ready to play at the highest level again. No? So let's see. I wish him all the very best. Happy for him that he's playing again, and I really wish him all the very best.
Stefanos at the back. Steph, it's a big opportunity to come into a Laver Cup team when you look across the lineup like that. What do you hope to get out of the experience from such great champions that you're with, but also getting on the court for the first time tomorrow?
Well, I would like to say that it's an honor joining such important players in our era, being part of this unique celebration, I would call it, celebrating tennis, celebrating the different continents, for example, rest of the world and Team Europe, getting the opportunity to face each other, prove to one another who's better. So what I'm aiming this week is getting experience, learning from all of you guys, and yeah, playing good tennis, because this event is really important, and I think there's plenty of good tennis to be played, and people obviously expect a show, and we're here to give it to them.
Okay.
Hi,
final
Roger.
question. Yep.
Maybe I'm the only journalist from China, so my question is, will it any opportunity to move Laver Cup to China? Thank you.
Why not? Not in the Europe year, but the other years it's completely open and flexible. But you got to ask the Laver Cup people. I'm sure they're looking into it, where it's going to go for the next decade or so. Sure, why not? You know, China's been a good place for us players. You know, the tournament in Shanghai and Beijing, they've been big. It's growing there as well with other tournaments. They're coming now also on the women's side. So tennis is definitely making a nice move. And yeah, I'll be happy to see the Laver Cup going to China at one stage. Sure, there's other countries and cities that really also would like it in the future. And I just like it to be in a place that gets really super excited about hosting the Laver Cup, like Prague, Chicago, and now also Geneva has shown. So I hope that will be the same in China if it ever goes there. Mm-hmm.
We've got two questions in French, please.
So, Dominic,
Do we have questions? Yeah, over there.
Gordon, I'm excited.
Bonjour, Éric Bernaudot, l'agence France Presse. Une question pour Roger. Il y a 3 grosses compétitions de ce genre. Il y a donc la Laver Cup, il va y avoir la finale de la Davis Cup, et puis l'ATP Cup. Est-ce qu'il y a de la place pour ces 3 événements, Roger, dans une saison qui est très très chargée, où les joueurs se plaignent parfois d'être très très fatigués? Merci.
Oui, absolument. Il y a de la place. À l'époque, on avait encore les 4 différentes rencontres de Coupe Davis. Maintenant, c'est moins que ça. Voilà. Alors, Laver Cup, ça te prend 3 jours de tennis seulement. Alors, en tout cas, il y a de la place. Moi, je suis curieux à voir. Je suis excité à voir comment ça va se passer. ATP Cup et aussi la Coupe Davis. On saura beaucoup plus dans quelques mois. Je pense que c'est important. Et après, c'est peut-être aussi plus facile de donner une vraie opinion. Est-ce que c'est bien ou c'est trop similaire, la ATP Cup, la Laver Cup? Mais en tout cas, on voit aussi avec qui joue la ATP Cup, à quel point les joueurs aussi ont envie, comme cette semaine aussi d'ailleurs, avec la Laver Cup, les joueurs ont envie d'être dans une équipe. On est souvent seul avec ton équipe. C'est bien sympa aussi, mais pour changer, et dans la vie, on a besoin de changement aussi. De faire un peu autre chose. Je pense pour ça, oui. Est-ce que ça va être toujours comme ça dans 10 ans? On ne sait pas. Mais en tout cas, on aura plus d'informations dans 6 mois.
Last question in French, please, over there.
Merci. Roger, lundi, tu nous as confié que tu avais beaucoup pensé aux combinaisons de double pendant tes vacances. Est-ce que tu peux nous dire quel est le processus qui a mené à ton association avec Sacha pour demain? Et puis, j'ajoute juste, est-ce que c'est possible pour les trentenaires, comme toi ou comme Rafa, de jouer simple et double, tu penses, le samedi, par exemple, ou le dimanche, dans le même jour? Oui. Parce qu'on voit que Shapovalov le fait demain. Est-ce que c'est envisageable pour vous?
Oui, alors je pense que Björn et Thomas, ils avaient vraiment l'impression qu'on avait bien joué ensemble l'année dernière, qu'on a eu balle de match contre Sock et Isner. On s'entend très bien aussi en dehors. Alors peut-être c'était ça qui nous a dit, allez, on fait cette équipe qui vient de se faire aussi l'année dernière, pour cette année. Moi, l'année dernière, j'ai joué double et après simple à Chicago. C'était dur, mais je peux le faire aussi mentalement. J'ai dit à l'équipe, même si on perd avec balle de match le double, en 10 minutes, je peux récupérer et revenir et de faire un grand match ensemble, en sauvant balle de match. Voilà. Alors j'ai prouvé ça, j'avais pas tort. Alors moi, je peux le faire dans l'idée. Après, c'est toujours intéressant à voir comment tu te sens chaque jour. Question aussi, je pense, avec la récupération, c'est important pour Rafa aussi après New York, que quand il arrive samedi, il nous dit aussi déjà cet après-midi de nouveau comment il se sent. Mais on a aussi beaucoup d'autres possibilités. On ne doit pas jouer tous les doubles et tout ça. On a d'autres équipes qui sont aussi très très fortes. C'est bien d'avoir des possibilités. Mais je pense qu'en tout cas, tout le monde qui est là est content de jouer plus qu'une partie ou deux. Alors, et ça, c'est bien qu'on n'est pas restricted. Tu vois, de dire, moi, je veux que jouer un match, moi, je veux que jouer un double. Alors, j'ai l'impression que tout le monde est prêt à faire le maximum pour la victoire.
We've got room for one final question in German.
Ja, Dominik.
Do we have a question?
Roberto, German.
No question in German?
We're too far away from the Swiss-German part, you know.
All right. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Team Europe. We're going to have room for more national language questions in